Hi everyone. We're just making a video here talking about Roman Reigns, about his wrestling persona, his ability, and pretty much what we think about him. So, what do you think about Roman Reigns?
Well, I enjoyed what he used to be like in the Shield, and I understand the Shield isn't around anymore. I appreciate the evolution of the company in itself when you move on from one storyline to the next. But when it comes to Roman Reigns as a talent, I think he has a ways to go before you can actually see him as a top guy. They have given him too much of a push too quickly. The fans have rejected him, and I know this personally because I was actually at WrestleMania and I was actually at the Hall of Fame ceremony this year when it happened, and the crowd was pretty much against him because they didn't like the way he was being pushed. He was giving the John Cena push, but the John Cena push, when it happened to John Cena was a heel at first, and it's booked in slowly, and at least when John Cena's push happened, he was given a starter belt when he was champion. So Roman Reigns himself, he has some sort of talent, obviously, in the ring, but is he as talented as, say, a Roman Reigns type of guy? Does he have some intimidation value? To me personally, he does not. I think he looks like a really big, tough guy, but he's never done anything in the ring to have, like, me say, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. There's nothing he's done that was so amazing. When he was with the Shield, he was limited in when he spoke, he was limited in his wrestling ability because it was in the group. He has problems cutting a promo. And his only good match I've seen him in, period, was when he was with Daniel Bryan. And that match was good because Daniel Bryan was working with him. And Daniel Bryan can make anybody look like $1 million. So I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. I do not hate Roman Reigns, but I do not think he's ready to be that main event guy because he is not over. He has a lot of work to do with his promo skills, and he is just doesn't have that charisma that his cousin by marriage, The Rock, has. That's my opinion of him.
I do have to agree with you. He's just too limited, and his mic skills were. It's just like he doesn't put much effort to it. Does not very much enthusiastic about it, and he has a search move, and that's about it. And other than that, he's just a meat and potatoes kind of wrestler. I know he tried to do some different things at the last pay per view, Payback, and it was good. You gotta expand your repertoire. Just because you have to. You can't really be doing the same thing because the thing you mentioned about Daniel Bryan, he doesn't make other wrestlers look good, which is bad. That's really, really, really bad. Because you have to work it so the other wrestlers look good, and you have to look good. And you don't have to look good, which is fine. But if you don't make other wrestlers look good, that's bad. I remember when he wrestled the Big Show, and he was taking too long to hit his spots, and the Big Show was spending too much time acting disoriented, so it kind of didn't look right. And he has that problem. He doesn't know how to work with the wrestlers very well. It's not where working where he's gonna hit him, just working where just he doesn't come across as very smooth. He still comes across a little green actually, and that's not cool. He has to take it up a notch. What do you think?
I'm there with you. I think the only match I liked that he was in was with Daniel Bryan. I liked the WrestleMania match with Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar just kicks ass. And again, I was there live, and it was good to see it, to experience it live, because like when he had his little bit of offense, which they made his offense look so bad because it was the same move over and over again. And there was nothing, no power moves against Brock Lesnar, and you're telling me this guy's going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at some point down the line? It just didn't work for me. I really, really enjoyed um, just seeing him get pinned at Mania not the top guy. And I know that's what Vince McMahon probably wants because of his size and his look. It's nothing to do with his in-ring ability or his talent. I think it just has to do with really what the package he brings, his physical package, nothing else. Because, as you said, he can't talk to Mike, and his in-ring ability is limited. But he did whip out some different moves at the last pay-per-view, Payback. He whipped up some more moves at Payback.
Right.
And True Rules, that match with Big Show was horrible.
Very.
Horrible match.
Very much
But
so.
again, I mean, he has room for improvement, and that's where people think that there's some of us out there who don't like him so much to the point where we hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate any wrestler. I just think there's always room for improvement, and you have to give that wrestler a chance to improve in the ring. You can't have someone do the same 3 to 5 moves because then you have another John Cena clone. And they shouldn't try to make another John Cena clone. John Cena has about 5 or 6 moves, and that's all he does.
Right.
And John Cena's character is very old and stale. There's a lot of people who don't like him, a lot of people who do like him. But the fact that his character is not going to change anymore, and that's it, that's sad because they're not ready to move on from John Cena. But again, this is not a me rich. I just think he needs some improvement. I think that personally, there's things about him that can improve, and that would be a good thing when he's allowed the opportunity to get it. Because Vince is the one that makes all the decisions. Until Vince passes away, and that's it. He's the one that has the final say.
Right. But he needs to improve a lot of things. Not even just his wrestling, but just his charisma. Because he just comes off as a guy you see at a bar, pretty much. So, just like a regular dude. I'm like, if I was him, I'm like, okay, he's just there. I wouldn't think twice about him. And you have to have some sort of charisma, because I know they're trying to build Cena as another Hogan. And they're trying to make him. They try to make another Hogan, but he's being heel and stuff like that. But his bit turned stale, and they're trying, because that's what McMahon's trying to do. He's trying to build another Hogan. He's trying to build a wrestler from the '80s that he used to have. I know he's trying to have Ryback trying to be like the Ultimate Warrior type. That's that sort of deal, but it's just not going to work. I think the era has passed, but it's not, from what you would expect, but it's changed a little bit. So that then, McMahon's just stuck. He's just not going to change. He's stubborn. So, and any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank everyone for watching. Have a good one.